Hello, Glenn here from RC Plane Stands. Today I want to show you how to put together your new ultimate floor stand from rcplanestands.com. You will get an instruction manual which will list all your hardware parts and your plywood parts. You'll also identify them by number so you know which goes where, and then step-by-step instructions on how it goes together. So with that, first thing we're going to start, I have all our parts laid out here. You'll get a baggie full of hardware, all the plywood parts. You'll need a 3/4 inch socket for the wheels and a 9/16 wrench for the carriage bolts. Grab the main rail, line up the holes here, and you'll get a 2 3/4 inch carriage bolt. We'll slide in here, and the first time in you will have to maybe tap it in with a mallet a little bit, because the carriage bolt has a square head on it. You want to sink that in all the way so that it doesn't turn while you're putting on the nut. So on this one here, you have a nylon lock nut all the way up to suck the head of the carriage bolt in. Once that's in, you'll want to back it off a couple notches so that this flows freely. Okay? Alright, after that, we have grab a 3.5 inch carriage bolt and one of your support arms here. You have 2 of these. There's 2 different types of support arms. These 2 are normal, and these 2 have a little extender on them, which I will show you why later. So, put the carriage bolt in here, line it up to the main base, put another support arm on this side, put your 3/8 inch washer, and another nylon lock nut. And once that's tightened up enough, you can back it off a little bit so that these things move freely. Okay. Next up is your slide rails. You have 4 of these. You'll put one on either side of the main rail with the holes going to the outside. They'll hold the T-bracket later. So, with those on both sides of your main rail, lift your support arm up here. Get another 3.5 inch carriage bolt that we'll put in to the support arm on this side and through the sliders and the main rail and the other side. And then on this side you want to put, actually you want to put the 1.25 inch fender washer on this side, and you're going to use the lever handles on here. This is, you need the 1.25 inch because these lever handles can produce a lot of pressure and you don't want it to squeeze into the wood too much. So this will support it and keep it really strong as you move it around and move these out. So for now, we'll just lock it up about here. It also has it spring loaded where you can adjust the handle if it's in the way of the T or whatever. You can adjust the handle to a better position for you to clamp it down. Okay, so there's that. Next up, you'll grab your 2.5 inch or 2 3/4 inch carriage bolt and one of the T-brackets here, and line that up. Carriage bolt in. And before you tighten this up, you want to line up the 2 slide rails so they accept the holes. And then you'll put a 3/8 inch washer over here along with a 3/8 inch star knob. Lock that in. Now your T-handle can go up and down and bend around according to the angle it's on. So for now we'll just put it about halfway and lock it in. And again, you've got to tighten these down the first time really tight to suck that head into the plywood. So that completes that side. Now what's different on this mid-size is we have a centerpiece that goes on to the second side. And this centerpiece can go here where you can have a really small plane, or you can slide it all the way out to here and really extend it out, which the base here is about 46 inches long, and then with the extensions out you will get about 6 feet 72 inches spread for your fuselage. Obviously your fuselage can be much longer and hang over the end, but it gives you a lot of support for the main body part. So to put this together here, we're just going to keep it about here. Again, you're going to take your main rail, slide it in between these, try to line up the hole best you can there. You're going to use another 3.5 inch carriage bolt, and if you notice, I'm putting the carriage bolts all in from one side. That way when you're adjusting that stuff, all your knobs are on the same side, so you're not reaching across back and forth. So try to remember that. And then there's another 3/8 inch washer and 3/8 inch nylon lock nut. There we go. Okay, so now let's secure the base onto here. And that you will need another 3.5 inch carriage bolt. I'm going to put it through the outside hole here, get a washer, and now these we're going to use the 5-star knobs on, because that way you won't need a wrench out at the field if you want to extend this. These 5-star knobs will lock it in place and stop it from sliding back and forth. So that's the purpose of that. So for now we can just kind of leave it a little loose. You do want to snug in the head again on this side, but after that you can leave it a little loose for now. And then the next step is we're going to get the 4.5 inch carriage bolts and these support arms, which have this extra little piece on here. And I'll show you why in a second. Because this goes wider than the rest, we have to turn these pieces to the inside. So first we'll put on the bottom, put the carriage bolt in here, and then also this goes towards the inside too, on this side. And it goes towards the top, so it'll reach up here later. And then we'll put a 3/8 inch washer and another 5-star knob here, so you can loosen it when you need to slide the base back and forth. Tighten that up, loosen it a little, and get the support arms in. And now we're going to put the slide rails in. Remember, with the holes to the outside. Holes to the outside. And now you'll see these spacers are what gives it the space to lock into the slide rails because of the extra space of this carriage unit here. So line that up. Get your last 4.5 inch carriage bolt, the 1.25 inch fender washer. Go through your support arm here, through the main rail, through the other slider, and then line up this side support arm. Put your washer on, the fender washer. Tighten this up. Suck the head into the wood all the way tight. Once you get it in, you can loosen it up a little. that up. Put it about here, tighten it. Spring-loaded levers are really nice. Okay, now the last T on here. We're going to use our last 2 3/4 inch carriage bolt, another washer, and another 5-star knob. So, tighten that up about halfway height. Tighten that up. And there we have it. So, tighten these a little bit so that it doesn't slide on us. Once you get those a little tight, you're going to flip it over and rest it on the T-handles upside down. And at the base here, we have a 5/16 steel insert. So you want to grab your 5/16 washer and your 5/16 studded 5-star knob. Put the washer on it. Line up the legs. And tighten that up. Depending on what you order, these are the 5-inch wheels. They're really nice. They remind me of a hospital gurney type of wheel. So we'll have these, a baggie of hardware. And these just drop right in. Put a washer and another nylon lock nut on the back side under here. Okay, so we'll turn this over. Wheels down on the either side of the table here. Put a wrench under here and then tighten all these lock nuts up. After you get that done, we're going to take the arms. We have 4 of the 2-inch carriage bolts left and 4 lock washers and then 4 of our 5-star knobs. So you want to put these carriage bolts in from the inside going out. Okay, and then add a washer on this side and the 5-star knob. These will adjust in and out, back and forth in all different angles. Tighten it up, suck the head of the carriage bolt in there. All right, now that you got all your arms on, the last step is to take the Velcro. This will be either in 1 piece or 2, depends how we packaged it. But you'll want to lay it across the Velcro that's stapled and glued onto the top of the arms. When you go and put your plane on, you want to adjust these arms about 1 inch to 1/2 inch from the fuselage, so there's not a lot of wobble. And then you'll put the Velcro in there long enough to where when the plane sits on it, it doesn't actually ever touch plywood down here. Any extra Velcro, just leave it rolled up like this, so that if you get a wider plane or whatever, need adjustments later, you will have the extra Velcro. Don't just cut it off at this time, because you never know what planes you'll be using it for in the future. So again, we'll just wrap it over here, lay it in, and there it is. So that's all there is to it. Hope you enjoy it.